Hey, it's Scott here from Fastvue, and today I want to show you our new safeguarding report that we've introduced into Fastvue Reporter. But before I get there, I just want to take you back a little bit and show you the internet usage report that you've always had. So there's a lot of information in this report, everything you want to know about internet usage, including your users, where they're going to on the internet, the websites, categories and applications. We've got this full safeguarding section that shows you searches and videos and other things. And a full productivity section. So if you wanted to jump to the unacceptable websites, users and applications, or maybe the unproductive, or perhaps you just want to look at productive activity and see what websites you've allowed your students and your staff to access and just make sure they're being used. But one criticism we've had, if you're using Fastvue Reporter just from a safeguarding perspective, is that there's a lot of stuff in this report. And especially if you're sending these reports out via PDF and you don't have this nice sidebar to click around and jump to the section you need, there's just sort of too much to sift through for your safeguarding officers to get to this information. And so that's where our new safeguarding report comes in. So if you now go to Overview Report, we've got a new safeguarding tab here. So let's select today as my date range. And you can still click filter and specify any filters such as security groups for students and so on. You can schedule this report, but let's just go ahead and run it now. Now with safeguarding, you've got two things. You've got keywords, which we apply to web searches and videos. And you've also got web categories, which are the types of websites that students and staff might be trying to get to. So if we just look at keyword incidents, you can see here that in self-harm, we've had 6 incidents across 6 unique users. For extremism, there have been 5 incidents across 3 unique users. And we've got these sections on the left-hand side. So if we go and take a look at self-harm, for example, here are those 6 users, and we can see that Benny has watched 1 video for a total of 1 incident. And if I scroll down a little, we can see what those videos are and who those users are that are watching those videos. Same for extremism. So here are the 3 users that have been detected as having an incident related to extremism. So Kiera is the one at most risk because there are 3 incidents. There have been 2 searches and she's watched 1 video. And here are the searches. And Kiera's in the list. So she searched for how to join ISIS as well as white pride. And there's a video here that Kiera has watched regarding an ISIS video. Same with drugs and same with adult and profanity. The next section is the unacceptable web categories. So if I just jump back up to the top, you've got the web category incidents. So the same way we've got the incidents for keywords, you've got the same thing for web categories. So say for child abuse, there have been 4 incidents across 3 unique users. So let's jump straight to the unacceptable web categories. And we've got all of those categories listed out here. So here we've got the child abuse, we can see the websites and the users, and we can nicely see that that's been blocked by the firewall. And same for discrimination, drug abuse, explicit violence, and so on. And one thing to note is that we're showing you the visited site as well as the categorized site. So if we look at gambling, for example, we can see here that Perry was actually on a website called Humor Gazette. And on that website, there was an ad or a resource from onlinesweepstakes.com. That is the resource that was classified as gambling and blocked by a firewall. But this Humor Gazette is probably not a gambling website. So we're giving you that context around what your firewall is actually blocking and what the student was actually doing. Now, one thing you may like to do is reorder some of these categories. For example, pornography is down at the bottom here, and perhaps that should be closer to the top by safeguarding priority. Certainly above nudity and risque here. Good news is that can be done in our productivity settings. So if you go to settings, productivity, we've got a couple of changes. So we've introduced a new IT security productivity group where we didn't have that before. We had botnet, hacking, malicious websites all under the unacceptable list. Now those kind of web categories, they're not a safeguarding concern. They are an IT security concern, but you don't want to see hacking and malicious websites in your safeguarding report. So we've moved those over here. And anything in the unacceptable list will appear in your safeguarding report. And you can also drag and drop these so you can put these categories wherever they need to be regarding your safeguarding priority. And the order here will determine the order that they are displayed in that safeguarding report. We've introduced the same thing for keywords. So if we go to keywords here, we've got self-harm, extremism, drugs, and adult profanity. And you can grab the grab handle here and reorder these keyword lists. By default, they're probably in the right order for a safeguarding priority. But if you add your own, such as teacher names, and you add a list of all of your teachers to make sure students aren't Googling their teacher to find their social media profile, for example. You can put that wherever you want in the list of priorities. So you probably still want self-harm and extremism at the top, but maybe you want teacher names to appear in the middle here. So then when you rerun the safeguarding report, by going to Overview Report, Safeguarding, and we'll just run it on today. We've now got a teacher name section just under the extremism, and that will show anyone that's Googled any of their teachers or watched videos related to any of their teachers. So at the moment, we're gathering feedback about this report. We're really keen to hear from you, especially your wellbeing team, your safeguarding team, to see if this covers the information that they need to see and that the report makes sense to them and delivers everything that they need. We certainly don't think it's perfect yet, so we're really keen to hear what they think. If you can send any feedback at all to support@fastvue.co, that would be fantastic. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the new safeguarding report. Cheers.